Okay, first thing you're going to need to do is to make a new folder. So you right click, do new, do folder, call it GTV Weather. After that, you're going to go to your Canvas page and download the weather report track that I have there. Select on it, click on the download button, go to your desktop and go to your broadcast folder and find your weather folder and hit save. Then you're going to go search for the music, and I will show you this here. Next, you're going to open up Audition. So go to your start bar, click on Audition, and it will open up. You will do File, New, and choose Multi-Track Session. This you're going to name with the number of your class period, GTV Weather, and then put your name after it. The next thing we need to do is make sure it saves in the correct place. So click on Desktop, go to your broadcasting folder and the weather report folder, then hit OK. Next, you get your tracks. Once you have this, you need to get your clips in. So go to your folder and select your 2 tracks, your music and your narration, and put them into your project. First, we will work on editing our narration.
3, 2, 1.
And you want to listen
to GTV Radio. I'm Brian Sapp with your weekend weather forecast, brought to you by the Electric Brew.
And so you want to listen to this here, and you want to trim it up to what you need to hear and listen to the whole track. I made a mistake, so you will need to listen to that and edit that.
Overnight, we'll see some clouds with temps dropping to 54 degrees. And on Monday, starting your week, we'll continue with sun and highs in the mid-70s. That's it for GTV Reading.
There's the mistake. Listen to it.
That's it for your GTV Weekend Weather Report, brought to you by the Electric Brew. Stop
Go
by
ahead and listen to the whole thing.
15% off a coffee if you mention that you heard this ad on GTV Radio. For GTV Weather, I'm Brian Sapp.
Then you will go back and you will edit. Remember, Control-K, put your playhead where you want to cut, Control-K. And now you can trim, drag, you can do another cut if you want. Put these clips side by side, listen to your edit.
Highs in the mid-70s. That's it for your GTV Weekend Weather Report, brought to you by the Electric Brew. Stop by the brew and get 15% off a coffee if you mention that you heard this ad on GTV Radio. For GTV Weather, I'm Brian Sapp.
Now that we've done that, we need to add our music. So we're going to drag our music track onto the second track here. You'll need to listen to your audio where you want it to pick up. I know I want to pick up after it plays for a little bit. I don't like the introduction here. So I need to
You're listening to GTV
play it, but I can't hear when I'm doing both, so I need to move the narration. I'm going to slide it over. And I'm going to listen to where I want it to start. That's where I want it to start, so I'm going to go ahead and trim the track to there and drag it to the beginning. And at about 3 seconds, at 1 second, I want it to finish fading in. And then at 3 seconds, I want it to come down. So now we're going to have to add some keyframes to our audio. This is new. Keyframes are just points that tell the track to stay in place in one spot and move down in another. So you just do that by clicking on the track. Go back and listen to your edit. It's still a little loud here, so we're going to play that back and listen to it. There we go, that's a proper level. And we will leave the music bed in the back and try to find the right volume. So we're going to move our narration where we want it to be. Going to zoom in a little bit so I can see where I'm editing. Listen to the edit.
You're listening to GTV.
I want it to come in a little bit sooner.
You're listening to GTV Radio.
The volume kind of fades down too quickly, so I'm going to move it so it takes a little bit longer to fade.
You're listening to GTV Radio.
There we go. That's better. We can adjust it more later if we need to.
The Electric Brew. It's not quite fall, but Saturday looks like perfect fall weather with mostly sunny.
Okay, I want to adjust the music because it seems a little loud.
Skies and a high near 75 degrees.
It seems a little bit better. Now I'll listen to the rest of the narration. Okay, so that's the end. I want to set keyframes at the end because I want the music to come up. You click on where you want it to start going back up, and then click on the next spot to bring it up. I want the music to go about 3 seconds after I finish talking. And I'm going to drag my playhead where I want it. Remember, Control-K will cut. I get rid of the extra part. Now I want to fade out at the end, and that's where you click on the box and drag it over to fade. I'm going to listen to my edit at the end.
For GTV Weather, I'm Brian Sapp.
And there we go. I have the whole thing. Now I need to save. Make sure you save. And yes, if your audio clips are not in the right spot, just click yes. Next, we go back and we listen to the whole project and make sure we've got it.
You're listening to GTV Radio. I'm Brian Sapp with your weekend weather forecast, brought to you by the Electric Brew. It's not quite fall.
As long as you're happy with it and you do not need to make any more adjustments, you go to File, Export, Multi-Track Mixdown, an entire session. Remember, you want to adjust the name. You can leave it as it is, or you can change it. Click on Browse to find the location where you need to save it. Go to our desktop, our broadcast folder, GTV Weather, and then hit save. Make sure that the format is MP3, it already should be, and then hit OK. There you go, you have saved it. Now you need to put that into your Google Drive, so go to your Google Drive, your broadcasting folder. Here's my Principles of Broadcasting folder, and I will go to the folder on my desktop where I saved it. It's right here. It's there, but I'm going to drag this so I can see. You click and you drag it down, and then once you have it uploaded, you can turn it in on Canvas.